is Luke from A Nut in the Breeze, and today I've brought on a very special guest, a friend of mine named Eric.
Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to be on. Thank you, Luke, for bringing me on to Nut on the Breeze.
I'm very, very happy to have you.
So what are we going to do today?
I am thrilled to discuss with you a question that has been a point of disagreement for the entire time we've known each other.
Right.
And this is the question. This is based off of a question from the Would You Rather section of Reddit.com. And it was posted initially by a man or a woman by the name of XOCellC. All right, just giving credit where credit is due, because this is a great question that has ruined many of my relationships. Assuming both can speak English, would you rather have a pet cheetah with an IQ of 50 or a pet Cheeto with an IQ of 200?
Right. Well, Luke and I, we kind of immediately found a little bit of disagreement. I personally think, as an introduction, that the Cheeto would be a lot better than the cheetah.
You're saying that I think that I would personally rather have a pet cheetah by my side, even if it was a bit of a brick. I just feel like that would come in handy more to me. So what's your reasoning for why you take the Cheeto?
Well, I think that, having to look after, an animal as large and not domesticated as a cheetah would be incredibly difficult as it is. But to have it be developmentally a little retarded in that sense would be an extreme burden on you and your family. And in that sense, especially because, as I said, it's not domesticated, and this would really hinder your ability to raise it well. And, also, there's a lot of substitutes for a cheetah, whether it's home defense. I don't think it's necessarily as reliable as you would think. Whether it's, for companionship, I think I'd rather have a Cheeto with Einstein-level intelligence.
So what are some uses that you would prescribe to the genius Cheeto?
I mean, so given that we're both heading into college, it'd be great to have a roommate like a Cheeto. It's just not much you gotta do except keep them in room temperature, and just talk to it every once in a while. And if you don't really like it, then it's a Cheeto. Just eat it, yeah.
But if you eat it, that'd be murder because it can speak.
But
yeah. There's no getting rid of this Cheeto, Eric.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, it's only a Cheeto.
But he's really smart. So what if he's kind of like an asshole? What if he's a total dick and you hate him and you can't get rid of him because that'd be murder or abandonment because he's a Cheeto and he can't help himself.
Well, who's to say? What about a cheetah though?
Okay, if I had this cheetah,
yeah,
and I'm responsible for this cheetah and it could speak, 50 IQ is probably not that much dumber than the average cheetah. This one can just speak, right?
Right.
And okay. And he has a pet cheetah, so I'm assuming that it's gonna be domesticated or at least not gonna attack me as soon as it sees me.
All right.
So I'm assuming that is an assumption of this question, right? Would you rather be the guy who rolls up with a homie cheetah right next to him, or the guy walking around literally talking to a Cheeto?
Well, I mean, most places in the United States don't even let you bring a dog in unless it's a service animal, so I don't see how you can bring
But it can speak. Everyone will love that. I'll be famous with my speaking cheetah.
But it's not an animal. What's the difference between this and a parrot that can say a few English words,
Because this one actually... Because, parrots just kind of repeat what they've heard. But this cheetah can have original thoughts. They might not be very eloquently stated.
But how can you prove that?
There's literally never been a cheetah that I'm aware of that has been able to vocalize.
Well, there's once never been a parrot that has been able to vocalize, and there.
Okay. No, but he's not just gonna be repeating things I say like a sailor with a pirate with the pirate on his shoulder. He just says pirate things.
So the novelty is that
it's like a sentient and speaking cheetah.
The novelty is that no other one of its kind could speak English. You're saying
not only is it a novelty, it's also just really cool. If I don't want him to speak, then he just won't speak, and he could just be a really cool and threatening looking cheetah. Obviously, as soon as he opens his mouth, he's gonna say something really stupid, and that wouldn't be fun anymore. But that could be fun too. But if I'm walking around and I'm just the guy with a badass cheetah next to me, and he's my homie, and he's and I could just point to someone and say, "Yo, cheetah, tear his ass up." Not that I would do that usually, but I totally could. And just knowing that I'd be able to do that makes the care for the cheetah worth it. Plus, he can be my friend. My boy Rugby over here, my dog, who's just outside the frame. Actually, is he in the frame? He's a little bit in the frame.
He's chilling, yeah.
Yeah. Just my homie Rugby. Rugby's IQ is probably around 50. He's a dog, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I mean, we don't know that because like we're comparing a cheetah, which is like a cat, versus like a domesticated dog, which is
Yeah.
we don't know the baseline intelligence quotient of a cheetah, but I'm saying if you want to roll up at a party and be cool, then I think a Cheeto would especially be extremely attractive, not only to the other gender, but to anybody that sees a Cheeto, because it's a household item that you are always familiar with as like a friendly inanimate object.
A Cheeto.
A Cheeto, and to see it like speak and be able to communicate with such eloquence and sophistication would just be what do you have here?
But what this is an article by Dave Deemer from Science20.com calculating animal intelligence, and I googled cheetah. It says cat. Actually, I don't really know. I don't really understand it. There's a lot of math. It goes into numbers of neurons.
Right, but you don't even see a cheetah.
There's a cat.
A
Cheetahs
cat.
are cats.
Well, like what, a house cat? Like
I don't know. Okay, this article's not gonna help us. What is a cheetah's basic IQ?
I'm just saying. Like,
actually, that doesn't make any sense.
Like another point I gotta consider is that like a cheetah can live in the wild. I'm assuming for like an excess of at least 15, 20, maybe like 30 or 40 years if they don't succumb first to predation or parasitism. Just in a controlled environment with healthy foods and constant medical care. But a Cheeto, 10 to 12 years we see on the internet. So exactly 10 to 12 years, which is if you ever regret this decision, you're gonna have to live with it for an extremely long time unless you find someone who's willing to take on this cheetah. But a Cheeto has a shelf life as a perishable item of a few months to a year, maybe 2 years tops if you keep it in like a well.
So you're gonna be stuck with a genius Cheeto that has Alzheimer's. He's gonna be decaying. So
who's to say that this cheetah is not gonna be living the rest of its life out, like with Alzheimer's as well?
I will, because like I'm saying, or like some kind of like brain degenerative disease. Because this Cheeto is gonna decay. It's gonna be decomposing.
What is this? Flowers for Algernon or something?
I don't know. It's gonna be decomposing for the entire time you have it. So you basically you're just stuck with this Cheeto who might just be a total asshole. Like, oh, I'm smarter than you. I'm smarter than everyone. I'm the best fucking Cheeto there is.
Well, who's to say this cheetah is not going to be extremely arrogant that he's the only one of his kind that can speak English?
That would be awesome because he's going to be my friend.
Well, how do you know it's going to be your friend?
Because he's my pet. Rugby's my friend.
Okay, but there's also a pet Cheeto, like the addition of the word pet also like would make you also implies that it's friendly towards you and your family.
Yeah, but like I don't know, man. I feel like the Cheeto, I feel like that's just not cool, man. Like, I feel like you just have a Cheeto and you're like, oh, someone says, oh, can you Google that for me? No, I'll just ask my Cheeto. I'm just looking at you like you're insane. That's ridiculous. But if you walk up and you have his Cheetah, it has so many different uses. He could carry out basic household tasks for me.
No.
He could run around in circles with me. He could protect me.
Okay. I just wanted to say, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the Incredibles 2 movie yet, then please shut this video off. But before the Incredibles, there's an animated short film called Bao, which is about a sentient baozi, which is a Chinese bun. And, a lot of audiences in America found this very endearing. They thought that baozi was cute. Maybe not like a Cheeto that gets your hands, covered in cheese dust and stuff. But nonetheless, I think America's already been well acquainted with the idea of having, a pet that is also food.
But have you seen Dr. Dolittle? There were so many Dr. Dolittle movies, and it was Eddie Murphy talking to animals, and everyone loves that. Everyone's like, I wish I could talk to animals.
We have always tried to communicate with animals in movies, even in
I can communicate with Rugby a little bit. See, I said Rugby, and he kind of perked up a little bit. You see?
Right, but no Cheeto, let alone any food, has been able to, Now this is a whole different idea because if you want a pet steak, for instance, it's just a pet cow. By this point, I can speak English. It's just
okay. I'm just saying. I think that it would be really cool to have a pet Cheeto.
We're not rambling. Yeah.
We're not gonna reach any sort of consensus here clearly because we clearly have different priorities here.
All right.
I think that it would look really cool if I had a pet Cheeto, and also that it would have many uses. And I think that I would just be the coolest guy that there is. And also, I would have a pet Cheeto that can speak to me.
Yeah, I respect that, but I'm gonna have to stick with the Cheeto.
Well, we'd love to know what the audience thinks. Please let us know if you'd rather have a pet Cheeto with an IQ of 50 or a pet Cheeto with the IQ of 200.
I think you did the other way around, right?
Well, they just sound so similar. Like, so a large feline native to the savannah,
Yeah.
or with an IQ of 50, or a wholesome
pet
snack.
gourmet cheese snack with an IQ of 200.
200.
Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much
Yes.
for your time.
Also, please subscribe to A Nut in the Breeze. We talk about ridiculous things like this on a regular basis. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
It really do be like that sometime.